Hey guys and gals, let's build Fliprus Snow Adventure by Lego Super Mario, set number 71417, and this has about 567 bricks, I believe. So today we're going to be just focusing on the build and maybe just do a quick run through with Jay the pink-haired fig. So let's get started on this. I already got the building guide keyed up on a tablet. And I forgot to key up bin number 1. Just got to trip over the other sets right now that I really want to build. But actually, there's only one more I want to build, and this ain't it. But most of them are Super Mario sets at this point. I've only done 2 out of 6, so this is going to be my 3rd one. And get that out of the way there and we'll just get started. So I'm doing everything on the tablet. That's how they want us to do things now. So we'll just click start here and let's get going here. This is pretty slow, so we just have to deal with it. And yeah. Alright. So, the last time we met, I didn't really do a whole lot. I'm just getting done with the holidays and just trying to survive getting reviews done. And I think I think I only have 5 sets that I have to fully do. And I got more offers. I haven't accepted them yet. I need to get on the ball. They're not due for a very long time, so I'm not too worried about them and stuff like that. Now, when I review this on here real quick, I don't have the starter course, so it is what it is. Now I have a couple of these that they're unsorted, so they may take longer to build, so we'll have to see where we go with those. And yeah. This is some kind of big minifigure here. Yeah, it's taking inventory, getting ready to bake cookies for the next day and trying to get them done and stuff. So, you know, what's funny is I'm cutting down screen time, and what am I doing? Staring at 2 screens, the viewfinder to make sure everything is in shot, in frame, and I'm also doing the manual. So here it is. I'm trying to cut down the screen time, and I'm failing miserably. Okay. Do I like these digital manuals? They're only good up to a point, and I'm missing a 1x2 yellow plate. I got a brick here, so I think maybe it rolled in another bin, but I'm just going to grab out of my own collection. Hold up. Okay, so it always helps to have a good library of parts. And it should turn up, so now we know if we find an extra one, we know where it goes. And so the only good thing about the digital instructions is I can actually look at it a bit easier in terms of I can angle it. I don't need a lectern or anything like that to hold it up. Although I don't really have a way to set it on top of the parts. And that's printed there. And of course we didn't lose this useless tile. You know what will happen to that. What do I do with them? I save them. I don't toss them or anything like that. I just save them, put them in a junk bin. And you heard that correctly, Lego. I put them in a junk bin. And there we go. That's our first creature. I don't remember his name, but the turtle guy, but there he is. All done. That was for bag 1. Okay, so here we have bag 2. And I believe this came with the brick separator. Well, now we know where it was at. Well, well, we found that missing piece. And let's pour these out here. And then we'll just... Yeah, it tells me that we're done. Cool. They could have done a better job designing this. And it shows this. This is knock him down. Then you take your starter figure and you go boing, 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 boing. Well, I don't have the starter figure, so that's the best I have, right? I mean, I'm just going to have fun with it. Alright, so now, I believe this is bag 2. And I'm getting the hang of using this goofy software. If I were writing it up, it'd be a little more user-friendly. So let's blast right through this. And another one of these useless tiles. Okay. But the whole goal about it is to see what the build experience is like. Build quality and build experience are completely different beasts. So you may hear something that may get a build quality of 10, or the build experience was flat out 0. Okay, because that's how I roll there. Some sets have a really good build quality, bad experience. Some of them have the other way around. It just depends. Making sure you get to see. You know, I should just drop this camera down right about there. And we got some of these transparent mountain pieces. These are cool. I like those. So I may scarf a couple more of those up if I can find them, because those are really good for making mountains and or icy slopes and stuff like that, where it's like kind of like a sheet of ice, or just use them for water. Alright, set that off to the side. At least we get some more of these corner tiles here. Different colors is always cool because you can make a nice mosaic floor. You know. So, yeah, I'm craving for cookies right now. You could either get store-bought cookies or you want to make your own, and nothing is better than when the kitchen smells like fresh pastries. You know, I mean, who doesn't like that smell? Okay. Well, so far there's not a whole lot of little pieces, so I'm pretty satisfied with the build of this so far. And once you get past the manual, it's not too bad. It's just doing a few pieces. Now it's starting to speed up a little bit more, which is good. Now I may have to stop here and there because I am trying to get done with an actual something that actually has some meaning right now. Not this goofy thing, but let's see here. And alright, that's done. Now we got to build some penguin thing. I don't want to go back and replay this game though. Like play the actual game, not this goofy Lego version of it. And somebody had asked me, do I play Lego video games? No, I don't. I play Minecraft, sometimes Fallout. It just depends on what I'm in the mood to play. They got the new Uncharted series out, but you know, for the PC, but I have never bought it. I was going to and just never did. In fact, I think there's some sales on games right now. One thing I've noticed, if you miss out on a sale, they'll put it back on sale again. I remember they had the Thanksgiving sale, and I was going to buy, and it was like a Cyber Monday deal, and that's when they ended, and I was too late. And I wanted to play this game or something like that. I was going to get like Pac-Man and a few other ones, and they were just like, oh, well, we can't, sorry. So, put my wallet away. Alright. I forgot to mention these in the brick exploration, but these are printed, which is pretty cool. And I'm always after printed bricks. Those would make great headlights too for a car. Well, I can use that 2x3 blue. Kind of reminds me of the penguins in the Crash Bandicoot series. The ones that would go sliding down that hill trying to knock you in those little ravines or whatever. Okay, so this is supposed to sit here. Okay. We didn't have any boingy boingy. Okay, this is what it's going to tell me how to do now. You do this, and you just get coins. It goes, you go ding 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 ding. That's all it does. I don't know. I'm watching the little video here on how to do it. So, okay. So far it's not too bad. We built two things real quick. Let's start with the small stuff. Why don't we? Huh? That's usually fun. Yeah, I can't wait to make some peanut butter, snickerdoodle, sugar cookies, and chocolate chip. Yes, I do bake. Actually, I'm the only one in my family that does. Surprisingly. And does it really matter which way these go? Nah, it doesn't really matter. Alright. Colors on this are kind of weird. Seems like the colors on this tablet are just off. Yeah, I think Lego's going to switch to this format before you know it, and then we're all going to have to do this, so we may as well get used to it now. And you know, just like with older people, we don't want to change the methods. Like I got used to doing paper manuals for so long. Now I've just been doing it like this. Sometimes I'll download a PDF because I don't have to lose it. It's on my tablet, it's on my phone, and all that stuff. Let's see here. So far it's not too bad at all. Feels like I'm moving one or two pieces at a time. I don't want to go too fast because it's not user-friendly. Okay. So this set's got some good tiles in here and stuff. Everything's printed. That's probably the only thing that I can say positive, that everything is printed in here. It's nothing cheesy or anything. And then this goes here. It just sits right here. I'm assuming we're going to have to attach more to the bottom of this frame. Okay, that's what we're doing here. So yeah, if you're building this with your son or daughter and you don't like this type of method, well, you're not the only one here. You know, I'm old school in that sense. I don't want to change my way. You know, I get set in my ways, and now I'm kind of like, well, this is how we're going to do it eventually, so we better get used to it. Hope I'm not covering up too much from you. I haven't been looking at the viewfinder thingy. And so far, this terrain would be really cool for other things, too. So this is probably a good inspiration here. Plus, you get a bunch of these texture tiles. These are cool. I mean, you wouldn't be able to use them for a vehicle or something, but they're cool to have. Alrighty. It's going pretty quick now. This is what bag 2 we're working on now, so I don't know how I'm going to do the other one, but my goal is to get them done lickety-split so I can review them, get them up, and yeah, this one here was another one of those ones I trash talked just because of the lack of the manual. It looks just like the picture. So, and that's it. Let me click play on this one here so I can get a check mark by it. Oh yeah, and on Twitter. Yeah. Okay, so what happens here, you take this and you're supposed to move around here and get ding 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 ding, you know, that's what we're doing. So, and yes, I like using the sig fig a little better. I just wish they actually had real sig figs. So I think these are grouped up into that point. So now we got to do the next guy here. And I believe this is bag 3. Let's see what the digital guide tells us here. And that's what we have left for bag 2. Not too bad. Okay, now we can proceed on with bag 3. I'm going to start setting this stuff over here just so I can get some extra space here. I had homemade tacos tonight. They were so yummy. I had like 5 of them, and I haven't had anything to snack on since. I made too much. But I ate everything on my plate, so I had no leftovers, which is good. And so let's... Oh, what a waste of a good aqua tile. First I gotta find this and one of those round plates. This bag here has some really good parts, so a lot of stuff that I may be able to use for like a winter scene or something here. And once that over there is done, I gotta render. Like right now I'm rendering the graphics for the building guide for, I mean, probably the time I release this you're already going to see it, but it's for the holiday minifigures tutorial. So right now you're hearing me talk about a tutorial that's already been released, but I'm just now rendering up the graphics for the cover page for the manual. The next thing I'm doing is doing the graphics for the thumbnail. The difference is because one has a foreshadow and the other one doesn't. So that's how I'm doing it now. And got all these big pieces here, and I'm going after small ones. Alrighty. Looking for a 1x2. Oh, there it is. It's all buried. I like this color. This was the color I was going to use for the for the swimming pool, the above ground pool, and I didn't have enough of it. Alright. I think it might be the other one here. Yeah, this is the tile here we got to put on. And so we got another one of these useless tiles. Somebody did ask me and go, well, Jay, why does it matter if, why don't you just go out and buy the starter course and what, give up my money for buying parts? You guys want me to start doing reviews? Yeah. I'm just thinking, no, I'm going to buy those, I'm going to use that money and buy more parts. Okay. Does this fit all the way up there? Yeah. Can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Janet that mentioned something about where she's at. It's like minus 40 or minus 50 degrees or something. Here it's been in, they keep saying it's going to be in the 70s, and it has not been in the 70s. It's been like in the 50s. Usually in the days it's like 40 and it gets barely up to 45 and then it drops down immediately. So let me keep this over here, put these over here like that. So I'm looking for another one of those useless tiles. We just saw it. Oh, there it is. I can always use these tiles, but not with this little goofy sticker on them, but there it is. That was it. Okay, I don't know what that is, but it said it was done. We'll put that up there then. Alrighty. Yeah, I just can't wait till the holidays are over. Finished up the holiday shopping. I'm done. I can just now build. I'm gonna go visit my parents for Christmas and get away from the Lego stuff. I told him, I said, I don't want to see any Lego. If you find something on sale, like a cheap set, I'll take it. But, like, please, I'm Legoed out. I mean, if they do find something, I'll still be thankful. But I'm like, nah, I don't want it. Just don't. I'm getting too much as it is. Don't know what we're building here. I didn't really pay attention, so we're just going to go with it here. So far, the build is keeping my interest. So that's good news there. I think the manual is starting to behave a bit more. I'm just learning how to use it. I would say it's more of a standard build than anything else. It's nothing special. This is just what it is. I don't know the retail price of this. I need to look it up and find out. It's probably very pricey. Most of us will never... I don't know what that is. Oh, that hides and shows the part. What if I do that? Oh, okay. That's what we don't want to do. Alright. So... one of my buddies in my community is like, he's like, do you want Lego for Christmas? I'm like, oh God, no. I'm already Legoed out. He goes, are you crazy? I'm like, oh, I got too much. I said, and plus the parts I need, I can get those myself, you know. And Lego's just my little hobby. I don't need to have somebody else fund it for me, you know. I mean, Lego sends me stuff for review, and I don't consider this stuff free because I gotta... like I said, I could be doing a tutorial right now and stuff. You know, working on my own creations. And... okay. Alrighty. So far so good. Well, maybe we're not done with that yet. Let's set that there. And we need a Technic thing with a little bit of a smooth shaft and a cross hole one here. Okay. Okay, so this sits here. I don't know what that does yet, huh? I have no clue. Right now I'm doing another sub-step, so we don't know. It has to do with one of these lift arms here. I notice a lot of these Mario sets have some form of Technic bricks. I always tell, you know, my fans and viewers and stuff, like, don't sell your Technic. Some people think they're not going to need it. No, you do need that Technic. You know, you're going to need it because you may want to add a little bit of functionality or flexibility to a project. Okay, I'm looking for a stud. So I'm going to try to do this all one sitting here right now, get this done, so I can do my own things and enjoy my holiday. I think I only have 5 sets left. When I get to the next bag or something, I need to look up what this one retails for. Obviously, if it's got 400 pieces, probably $50 to $60. These are pretty much overpriced parked packs. I'm not really happy with them, so... Okay, make sure this thing's out like this. Not sure what that does yet. Shows that we're done, and then add more parts to it. Okay. Well, this thing's getting pretty flimsy here. I don't know, I'm not quite sure about this. Well, maybe that'll help out a bit. What's this, noggin bopper or something? We don't know what it is. Some kind of ice caves. What was my favorite level in Mario? I always think is the caves. There's that one desert level with the metallic silver pipes. Thinking of Super Mario 3. And Super Mario 2 was pretty cool. They had Super Mario World, which is really cool. I'm trying to think of any other Mario games. I've never really had finished playing or passing Super Mario World. They got Super Mario for the 64, which is not too bad, but I need to sit down and really play it. Okay, we do need 3 of those. It's like we're missing one here at the corner. I had to read it and see. Probably going to add the last one there. Well, it just says add one of these here. Another sub-step. I think we're in a sub-step, I don't know. And my graphics are still rendering. Cool. Means I'll have to wait longer, huh? We got more time to build. So yeah, this set has a lot of transparent pieces for water and stuff. So if you find this set on clearance, there you go. You've got some terrain and stuff like that. And I need to get a couple of these. It's the same thing as a regular 1x1 plate with bow, except this is a 1x4. They also make corners. I'm going to get a couple of these. Make great trim for like doors or windows, columns or anything, you know. And these transparent blue tooth pieces, really good for water, like having water cascading down a mountain or some hills. Like, it looks like water's just bumping over some rocks, you know. That's what I'm thinking about buying, is a couple of these. See if I can get them in different shades of blue. And then this goes here. Okay. And we got to build another sub-assembly for this. We're getting close to finishing this up too. So yeah, you don't have to have the starter course to play with these, but for play value, it's what I consider it's an incomplete set, you know. So if you're looking for a set with heavy gameplay, or not gameplay, build experience and play experience, these sets are not really good for that. Unless you have all the starter courses, you have all the tiles, you make custom levels, you know. Yeah, this is a nice build for winter time, and that's what we're... Yeah, actually today's the first day of winter too, so what a perfect set when it's cold and foggy outside. And right now it's socked in fog. I mean, I can't even see my neighbor's porch light. Okay, so, and then this goes up here like that. Okay. Best thing to do is to really kind of walk it around and make sure, just slowly kind of push that in there. I'm not sure what this stuff does yet. We have extra teeth pieces. Well, okay, we haven't put it together yet. I saw the stars, I was like, oh, we're done already? But no, I haven't finished yet. Yeah, my nephew's got a few more days of finals left and he is done with school. I'm like, dude, you better study hard. I mean, I don't think a lot of us like doing finals because they were boring and stuff. And college is just as bad too. Grad school is even worse. So, I'm so glad I'm not doing that anymore. But then work is just as bad. And this is what we have remaining for bag 3. Okay, so here we have bag 4. And so far, I looked up the set. It's $64.99 for 567 bricks. And I'm just going to bluntly say that is way overpriced for what I am getting here. Especially when the tablet is starting to get pretty warm. That's just lukewarm, but still. Don't use your phone for this, whatever you do. Just use an old junk tablet with a shot battery. There you go. And just leave it kind of plugged in. Should be fine. Okay. So, yeah, I know the sad thing is after Christmas I got to take all the lights off the house. My goal is to always I have to have them fully removed January 2nd. Leave them up there for Christmas or New Year's Day and New Year's Day night, and then the 2nd they better all be down. So after that, usually the 26th, I'll start taking down a strand or two. And if I have some defective strands or strands with burned out lights, okay, we're recording good, then I mark them with tape. And I go through them later on, and if they cannot be salvaged, or if there's just the cords are frayed or whatever, then that's when I just like, okay, these need to go. You know, that's kind of what I do. Okay. I just slowly take things down. I don't do it all in one sitting. Some people do. I don't. And then I think the middle of February I got to go back to work. I'm hoping to at least squeeze a few tutorials in. Because usually when I'm off I try to do a bunch of the big tutorials first. You know, and it's just hard when you're pressed for time, and some people even on Patreon are like, you've been slowing down on the manuals. I'm like, well, I haven't done, I just have to put them up there. I've been so busy. And you know, some think that, you know, like this is my job, and it's kind of sad you get somebody even messaging you during the holidays, where's my manual? I'm like, your manual? I'm letting you look at it and use it. It's not yours. Those are my manuals. I like when people tell me it's their manual. I'm like, dude, you're not paying me a consignment fee. It's not yours. If you were doing that, it would be your manual. It's up to you if you want me to share it. The ones I'm writing up now, those things from my imagination, those are mine. It sounds a little selfish and greedy, but it's true. You know. Okay. I don't know what that is. Do I have to tap the corner of the screen or no? Yeah, I have to get it to advance. Yeah, so my collection has seriously grown since I've been getting all these reviews. Matter of fact, I actually had to store a bunch of sets in totes until I can get the time to part them out. They've been sending me way too much stuff. You know, an offer is an offer, but sometimes like they're sending me like a lot. So I have to kindly reject some offers. And that sounds kind of nuts, but let me go back here. Okay, I wanted to make sure. I hope this is not one of those sets where things just fly out at you. I haven't seen any of those goofy tiles yet. Alright, so this goes back on the big thing here. And it looks like it snaps onto this. That's all it does. We're not done yet with that, huh? Okay. Just about there. We're getting close to about halfway done. So yeah, I'm going to say that the build is a bit on the slow side in terms of the speed of the manual. So I would have to, you know, for maybe a young builder, this is probably the perfect speed. But somebody like myself, this is just, it's going way too slow right now for me. You know, I'm slow at certain things, but you know, speaking of that, I've still got a bunch of comments I got to answer on YouTube. Let's see why the big YouTubers don't do it, but I don't want to leave everybody hanging there. Now we're getting into the small stuff and the Technic gears. I wonder what those are going to be used for. It's like they're saving that for the last thing. And these little pyramid pieces are always impossible to pick up. Unless you have fingernails, but I don't have any nails at all, so I can't pick those up as easy. There we go. Okay. Okay, rotate it around. Actually, just confused the bejeebies out of me here. Okay, so this guy here, okay, let me see here. I gotta rotate this thing just right. This is the handle here. Okay, it goes inside of there. It's telling me to shove these right in here. Well, I got it in, but it's just refusing. There we go. Oh. I guess, what is the point of that then, huh? There's a lot of things just moving around on here at once. So it looks like we're going to have to put a couple of these gears together. Hold on, you know what? I'm going to make sure, I'm going to note the cross hole like the one in the manual says, do it like that. So let's do that first. The reason being is it could be critical. Yeah, you got to make sure you have them just right or this will not work. I think there's another one that's supposed to go on there. Yeah, I was right. And then let's flip that around there. Yep, this Technic stuff just cracks me up because I'm having a hard time trying to fix a mistake here. Yeah, that's why I don't really do a lot of Technic. It's not really user friendly for big hands. Alright, so you want it to be like this where these two studs are on this side and this thing sticks out like that. I use a tile to cover that up. It's just a regular tile. There we go. I don't know how critical it is, but I think the holes need to line up. And looks like we're making another one of these here. And yeah, it goes on there. Would have been easier if they just had me make that first and then slide it over the top of it. Because now I'm having a hard time getting this pin in there. There we go. I think that goes on there next. Yes, it does. That's printed too. See? Okay, it goes on the snowman thing. Match up the picture and set it right on. Oh, this is supposed to sit like this. So it's very loose. Alright, let's see what it tells us to do now. Alright. That's what we have left for bag 4. Well, now we know what it does. Set it up there like that. Let's watch the video. See what the video here tells us to do. Alright, so you have to watch the videos in conjunction with this thing too. Alright, so let me show you here. This thing goes in here like this. Very kind of screwy. Not sure what that does there. Okay. Okay, the first thing it's telling me here is you set this in here like this. Alright, you just set that in there. And then you just go boing, boing, boing. What does it tell me now? It has a tile here. It has something here. We don't have that there. This is what it told me to do, but I don't have any more left in my box, so I don't know. I think we're supposed to do this. Lift this handle up in the back, or push it down. Boing, 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 ding, 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 ding. That's what it's supposed to do. So I think we've had enough of that. So you raise up the handle, you shove that in there, and bring the handle down. So just like that. We'll set him back in there. So yeah, Jay the Surfer's really having fun with this one. Okay, now let's do bag 5 here. So got 3 more bags left to do. And well, we just have to wait it out. And that thing is still going too. Okay. Okay. Something else I have to go reach down and get. I think that's a 2x14. We'll start there. Yeah, this is not really meant for a, you know, the tablet's sure getting warm. You know, I'm tempted just to write up an emulator just to play these on the computer, where it's more optimized. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do when I get done with this before I head to bed, it's a bedside build. I'm going to just get it done. I'm going to film it real quick and say it's done. Get it out of the way. You know, and just be like, you know, I got one more set to do, and I may just do that. I don't know if I want to unbox anything. If I unbox something, it'll just be a... Well, I got one of those ones that I got to pre-sort anyway, so I'll just do the ones that are already open now. I like to get the unboxing done as soon as possible. Alright, we got all the big white pieces. Let me set these over here because I need to find one more of these. Okay, we got all the big parts. I just got a mind for something very small. I'm getting confused with this. Oh, here it is. Alright. Next one, please. Okay, right there. Okay. Yeah, I got done with it was a 2-hour, 33-minute build on the last monkey set I had to finish up, like in terms of proofing wise. So I have to proof them before I even release them on YouTube, because sometimes you never know. I may slip up and say a bad word, but mainly for the indexing purposes too. Stuff's starting to fly back there. More Technic beams, cool. Okay, that's going to need the other one. Yes, it will. Okay, my graphics are done, but I'm going to wait until after I get this one done too. And right now I'm setting up a Lego City build too. So I'm setting up a bunch of builds at once. So yeah. Still got to do an intro for this channel too. But when am I going to find time to do that? You got me. I got to make a banner for it. I may make a banner, make a mock out of it, and just say, hey, this is what I'm planning on doing here. Here's visit my second channel. Matter of fact, I was on Twitter, and first off, it cracks me up. People are paying the $8 a month for the little blue check mark. I'm not. And then two, yeah, it is slanted like that. And I can't pick up this tablet because the digitizer's going bad. But the thing with Twitter now is if you mention a social media site, they can ban you for it. I thought, what happened to freedom of speech on there? I just use it for Lego stuff. I'm waiting for them to ban me off of Twitter for Lego. But, oh no, you're not cool enough. We're sorry. So we all Twitter's in the potty now. I'm not sure what that does. Not sure. We'll find out eventually. I'm sure all these modular pieces just connect up to one another when we're done. And this will be one of those reviews that I'm just going to talk about my experiences and just do a complete 360 tour. Like, it'll just sit on the turntable, I spin around, talk about the various features and what I think they do, and then that's it. I'll move on to the next one. I'm missing another one of those brackets here. It's one of these. It's dark gray too. Alright, let's start picking up parts. If not, I'll have to go to my own bin to get it. Oh, there it is. Oh, I saved myself a trip from getting up. Okay. Yeah, but once I get these manuals fully done and everything's finished, it won't be too bad. But I'm still hoping to try to get done with the Michael Myers house soon. Hadn't worked on it since I've been doing wall-to-wall reviews, so I haven't had a chance to even get my own stuff done. When they said they were going to send us some sets, I didn't know it was like they said they're going to send an offer. I thought the offer was like for only one set, not for a lot of sets. Alrighty. Now I see why a lot of these guys switch from building mocks to strictly reviews. I hope that never happens with me. Like, I see a lot of potential for these parts, and what am I doing right now? Using a digital companion to read the manual, and oh, wait a minute, that's too close. There we go. It's like that didn't look right, but no, that's what it's supposed to be there. But I'm kind of just want to get into my own projects again. Because all I'm doing is copying the picture. And I got some questions asked. Jay, why don't you ever work as a Lego designer? Then it'd be a full-fledged job, and why bother doing mocks anymore? I'm just going to get paid for it. And two, I think you have to go to Bullard, Denmark to do that. I think they only hire within there. And you know, I don't want to go out there too. I don't know. I just probably get homesick. And three, I'd be doing too much of this. I'd want to go back to doing computer programming again. A friend of mine got an invite for the Lego Masters TV show. I've had a few invites, and I'm like, no, I don't want to go. Being on TV doesn't excite me. And then you have to take the stupid personality test, which is probably like 100, 200 questions. And you all see me on here. I don't think I'd be able to pass it. And I have a business to run. I have family I'm taking care of. I can't just do that. I can't just bail. And seems like a good chance of a lifetime, but I heard it's not what it's cracked up to be. I don't get to just build what I want. They tell us to build, hey, you're going to have to do this with this amount of pieces and make it structurally sound. You got so many hours to do it. And it's a reality show, and I'm not going to deal with that, you know. Because a lot of the guys who get on those things, they want to win. I do this for fun. This is just relaxing to me. I don't want to win anything. But what it is, they want me to take time off my day job, like I'm off right now. This is not when they film the show. What they'll do is they'll ask me to do it before I'm off, and I'm like, oh no, I'm not taking 6 months off. That's just not going to happen. I can't do that. Yeah, now I'm kind of... Honestly, I'm getting bored of this set. I think what makes it boring is I don't have the starter course, and it's just kind of useless to me at this point. Alright, now we got to move to bag 6. Okay, I don't know what this thing here does exactly, but here is bag 6, and this one's got some interesting parts in here too. We got like boulders and stuff, and well, let's get going on it here. I want to hurry up and get this out of here. And yes, if I'm hurrying through to get this done, it wasn't too bad at first, but I mean, I'm trying hard, but I just can't like this set. It's just, the manual is just too slow. It's degrading my build experience here. And while I was taking a breather between segments, I had to work on my video thing over there. I just got done with the manual rendering. Now I got to do the thumbnail renders. So all I got to do is put together the thumbnail, and then the infos and the metadata and all that stuff, and then the show will be released, you know, the tutorial. So probably by the time you're watching, it's already been long since been reviewed, but you're hearing me talk about something that I'm doing now that's long but since been passed. So I'm trying to get that done. At least it's something interesting. It's something I want to do. Okay. I'm missing one of these. Oh, I see it. When I do the other ones, I'm going to have to sort by color because they're pretty extensive. I think I only unboxed 4 of these. There's 2 of them that I didn't unbox. This is one of them here. I'll have to look. So if they're not the biggest one. One of them I think is the biggest one. I'll have to do that, or I can just do it completely hardcore. I may just do that one next, just to get it out of the way and just be done with it. Yeah, I'm getting tired. But all I have left is Mario sets at this point, just to film. And I have all the Monkey Kid sets done. They're been fully finalized, so I don't ever have to worry about those. And forgive me, I don't know all my Mario figures. I was bored rested playing the game and the memorabilia. Okay. I need a jumper plate. Place that there. Yeah, my parents are fixing a ham dinner, so I can't wait to go over and have that yummy meal. Saves me from cooking. So I think they're having ham and stuffing and mashed potatoes and maybe mixed vegetables. It's maybe a dinner roll or something at Christmas Eve. So that's where I'll be at. Uh-oh. I better stop, guys. The memory card light's flashing. Hold up. Okay, where was I? Right here. And I had, not only that I could not delete anything off the camera, it just refused to do anything for that matter. So I'm glad now I saw the memory card was full, and I looked and I had like less than a gigabyte left. So it's like, well, I better empty this thing off. Usually the camera will cut off if it doesn't like a tutorial or review. But this time it gave me a warning. It's like, you better wrap this up quick. So I had to empty off another video and save it to the computer. So that'll be my next thing that I'm going to be working on. That's not really sturdy. So yeah, it's pretty much what it is, and that's printed, by the way. No stickers. I can tell you that's probably the top of the head. Okay, now we got to be careful. We got to look for one with two little marks on it. Yeah, of course it'd be the last one. I think that's what it's supposed to look like. Okay, now we got to do more Technic work. Yeah, so here's the deal. If you don't like Technic, don't get this set. Some people hate it. It's not that I hate it or don't hate it. I just don't really have a need for Technic. I play around with some stuff, but nothing hardcore. And this goes back here. I don't know if I can get it on. I don't know what that's for. So it says sit it like that. Well, it's going to fall over, huh? I think part of me wants to like this set, but then part of me doesn't care. The reason why I just don't care about it is because I just don't have the starter course. So really there's no point in building it, but for review purposes I'm going to go ahead and do it. You know, it's just imagine right now building the tiny house tutorial or doing something fun, maybe working on my campground, but I am doing this right now. So I got that, a bunch of tutorials to work on, stuff that's fun, stuff that I want to preserve. And this I have to preserve. I have to do a write-up on it and stuff. And once I'm done, that's it. So we've been building a bunch of parts, and I don't think this set is fully ever done until maybe get to the last manual. But it just, the manual right now, it just feels dragged out. Like we're doing one or two pieces. This is obviously meant for a little builder, a young kid to put together, but for a full-grown adult, you know, it's like doing the Monkey Kid sets. After a while, it was just doing the same theme over and over and over again. But this is kind of getting to be very exhausting. You know, I'm just not feeling this set anymore. Okay, we need that. Alright. Yeah, I like playing Super Mario Brothers, but not building it in Lego. Definitely not that. And I've been getting more requests for that tiny house tutorial, and I'm short like maybe getting 3 pieces for it. I had a haul you've probably already seen that I've already had the parts in that haul. I remembered my notes. I did place an order. That was before I built the roof and the propane tank. So I just bought the parts. When I saw that Queer Eye set on for sale, I thought, well, let me grab that before it runs away. And I got that. And one piece at a time, huh, Lego? And I thought, well, let me get that going real quick. So that goes on the back like that. Alright. Kind of want to lay down and go to bed, but I'm going to try to do this in the review real quick. Why don't you just tell me to make 2 of them instead of just doing that? Boy, Lego, that was annoying. And I don't know, I lost that little... Oh, here it is. And say I lose this, I don't have another one of these in pink. Some of these pieces I just don't have in these type of colors. I don't... Some of them are new. They release a part in a new color, and I don't have it. And well, this is all snotted up here. Huh. Whoops. It's pretty smooth too. And then these go here. Okay, back to this weird thing. So this sits here, and then there's a Technic pin that we shove in here. One of these 3 stud long Technic pins with flange and 3.2 hole. There we go. So not sure what he does. That'll really annoy the parents, won't it? Okay, we gotta put another one on the other side here. So I guess one wasn't enough. We're gonna have to make sure it's extra sturdy to really annoy the parents. Okay, we gotta make 2 boulders. This one's already done. Yes, I can always use these. Preferably any color is fine. And then these just sit here like that. What is that supposed to do there, huh? I mean, I'm playing around with it, seeing what it does. I'm trying to pick everything up here, and this is what we have for bag 6. Let's see here. Let's watch the video and see what it's supposed to do. Okay, so what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take your sig fig or whatever, and you're supposed to go boing, boing, ding, 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 that's what you're supposed to do. And yeah, you're going to have to pick these big things up too, so have fun, parents. Okay, so let's go ahead and get bag 7 and we'll do this thing, and hopefully we can set all this up and review it. And then, I don't know, I may just tack the final review on it at the end, or I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Just maybe do a rough review. And thank goodness. Oh yeah. I have this wig now in blue, so now I'm going to be able to have Jay with the blue hair. I just need to find it in green now. Green was more like a teal color, but green wasn't. Green just looked kind of odd. Okay, let's see here. I thought we'd start with the big stuff, but no, that's a joke. Next time we'll grab the smallest piece. Okay. Well, that doesn't fit in at all because I have it upside down. Yeah, it'd be kind of cool to find out what these do. So they have it to where you can test stuff out in here, but like I said, without the starter figure, you will not. You'll just have to use your imagination to play around with it here. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I know someone's gonna probably get this for Christmas and like, where's the main part? Like, Mommy, where's the main part? Oh, I only thought that was just it. Well, Mom, didn't you watch Jay's review? He was trash talking these sets. No, dear, I didn't. I'm sorry. Well, now I'm disappointed because this is what we did. What was the point of that for? Was this just accessory pieces? Okay. Set those off to the side there. Okay, this reminds me like a Minecraft set where we're just building a bunch of little tiny parts that's purposely dragging out the build. Another one of these stinking smart tiles that you can't even use if you don't have the stinking figure. I bet old Mindstorms could probably read those. It's just got barcode colors. So I bet it probably scans it to certain lines. It probably just scans that enough to where you can do it. I'm sure somebody could probably reverse engineer. Just use Mindstorms on here just to kind of have fun. I'm sure if I had a Mario figure here, I can probably disassemble the code. Probably be illegal to do that, but just to disassemble the code and make my own thing for it. And no, I wouldn't sell it, because I had to do all the work. Alright. Yeah, this is not like any Mario I've ever remembered. Must be a campfire here, huh? In fact, I was playing Minecraft Modded Edition, and I always like building in snowy taigas and stuff, like the giant spruce forest, or cold taigas, snowy taigas. I don't know, it's just, I feel like I'm kind of like in the woods for real, and I have a mod on my game. Not only that it adds extra biomes and stuff, but I also have it to where it has ambient noise. And it just feels more full, and I don't know why Minecraft, you know, they have ambient noise in the Nether, which most people hate going into. Nether's just so boring. but they have ambient noises in the nether. I'm like, why don't we have this in the overworld? Like, I would want to hear something other than just dead silence. I kind of wish that Mojang would, do that. Now, there's a way to do it. You could do it with mods, or you can do it with scoreboards and custom sounds. So, I was kind of tinkering around with the idea, and you have to manually set it up, I believe with command blocks or something. And then once you set it all up, then it'll work. And it's pretty good, actually. But that's the thing, though. So we got to stick a bunch of these little candle pieces in here, and they go inside those little tiny tubes. So let's see here. Yeah, I got one. So that little tiny little peg goes in those holes. Also, if you want to make sure, just give them a slight tug up and see if they stay in. See, so far I'm doing pretty good. Got all those in there, and more sub-steps. I may have that thing done before this will be done, huh? Okay. Well, maybe it's not supposed to go all the way in there. Maybe it's a marshmallow stick. This looks like that's what this is. Or a roll of toilet paper they're trying to light on fire. We don't know, huh? I guess that's as far as it goes. Let's make sure here. Alright, so we're done with that. Alright, that was, let's see what this does here. So basically, you're supposed to go boing, 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 ding, 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 and it sits by the fire. Okay, I'm watching the video here, and that's what it's showing. So, oh my goodness, there's more? Oh. Oh, I thought we were getting close to finishing up at least. I mean, okay, we got to build 5 of these little trees. So, let's just do it here. Yeah, I'm going to say that this is a very, very, very slow build. I've started losing my interest about halfway through it. So, I think, like I said, it just, without the starter course, I can care less. You know? So, if you're going to give this as a gift, like I've mentioned before, make sure the recipient has a starter course. Because if he or she does not have one, he or she's going to be disappointed. And we don't want that. Now, these earth green pieces are pretty cool because they're using these for spruce trees. So, I'll just stick these on here. And you notice I'm just doing them all at once like this. It's just faster. Sometimes some people will just build one at a time, and here they tell you to build them all at once. I'll show you, see. Maybe I can just pick it up and show you. See that right there? They have you do it all at once. So that's pretty much what it is. And oh yes, the stand that this thing's on is something I built out of some leftover lumber when I was doing a remodeling project. And building your own things is cool too. I built a few of these. I have another one I used for my shortwave radio, and these little stands are pretty cool. I have one with the notch for the iPhone to charge up on, and then I end up getting a cordless charger, but I still use that other one just, you know, if I'm at the office or something like that, and I can just plug the phone in and just have it propped up while I'm listening to music or something. So, okay. They show in the manual, they got these kind of lined up in such a way. So what you want to do is, here's the tip of the teeth. You want to put them offset just a bit. It makes it look a little more or less spritey. You know, or you can just leave them random. I don't. It's up to you how you want to build it. But. So if you need if you're doing micro builds, I think these little trees would work really good for micro builds. Okay. And then stick these on here. And stick that on top. So you got one done right now. And you know, some people are biased when they do reviews. If somebody gave me a set, like Lego gave me this for review, and some of these guys who do the reviews are very biased. Oh, this is the best set in the world because they didn't have to pay for it. What's the one thing I'm sacrificing is time. Because I could be spending time with family and stuff instead of doing this. So I'm doing more honest reviews because I am spending my time doing this. I could be doing a tutorial, work on another camper tutorial too, or have a rough idea. It's an older camper, but we're going to get those done. And then we got one more thing left. We got a bunch of little plates here. I don't know what they go to. Anytime today, Mr. Instruction Manual. I wish I can just free download these and just save the trouble. Maybe I can. Okay, so now I don't know what these go to here. And I think they're probably just extra pieces to connect all this stuff together. So we're going to move everything out of the way. Like, what does this go to here? We don't know. Like, what does that go to? We'll find out here in a second. So let's slide all this out of the way here. And it's asking me to get the thing with the penguin. Okay, I was right. So we're using these here to connect up different portions of the course. Okay, so it's like it goes the other way, right there. Isn't this exciting? Can't wait to play Super Mario Brothers in Lego. So even if one were to get this set and have access to a tablet, it's still, you can build it. See, yeah, we're using these we're using this really special plate here. Right. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this thing on a turntable when I'm done, because I got to make a thumbnail for it. And hopefully I can fit it on the turntable. Okay. And then the campfire scene goes here. Yeah, this is nothing like I ever remember Mario being like. Okay, now we're building stuff like this again. So these extra pieces are going to be for something else. And this rock goes here. Why don't we just put that rock there when we were building the whole thing? And it's facing the wrong way. Well, I'm not going to take that thing and pick it up, so yeah, this is going to be a very interesting review, huh? Now, something else fell off. Got lots of little loose pieces here. So this goes here. Yeah, so this is something that I'm probably going to get frustrated with. Okay, it showed this thing going in here. Well, we already had that in there. And then it shows it going back in. Okay, put this thing in there. Yeah, this is going to be kind of a pain to do it on a turntable. My turntable is only, I think it's only 18 inches wide, or maybe 12. It's, I don't know, it's just, this is going to be kind of like a bitch to film. One piece at a time. Boy, they could have really condensed this manual down like this. I mean, yeah, you can see that every time I bump into something, crap keeps falling off. So yeah, I'm going to say that the build experience has been degraded tremendously, because you can't pick this thing up in just one piece. And you can see where even I'm struggling right now, so I'm going to honestly say that, let me get the tablet off the table here. I think I'm missing a plate here. Well, let's see here. Yeah, I'm missing a 2x4 plate. Probably fell on the floor. It probably ran away from this set. Well, let me go get one real quick. I just want to get this nightmare done. I'm getting bored of it. Okay. This for $65 is not worth it at all. Especially when these little trees here are just sitting in here and things are just falling off. Yeah, this is, the build experience is kind of lacking, and the build quality is really just starting to flake apart. So if you want to spend hours trying to put all this together, I'm not going to mess with it. I'll save it for the main review. We'll just run through it real quick. I don't want to mess it up too much. I think this tree goes up here, or right here. You can't see what I'm doing, huh? Does it really matter? And this thing sits on the tile. Wish we can anchor it down. And then this silly thing goes up here. And yeah, let's get the sig fig out of the way. Jay the Surfer's already getting annoyed with this, and these go up here. And then that's it. So, that's what we have left for bag 7. And just for S and G, it just shows the hand boinging things around here. Obviously this is probably a kid, because, well, the hands are not manly or hairy. Okay, we're going to run through this real quick, because like I said, I want to preserve it. I want to put it on a turntable. I'll show you how I do that here too. So basically you're just supposed to start here, hit all this stuff, you know, all this nonsense stuff going on. And this is essentially what you get for $65. Something very flimsy and very brittle. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to bother putting this on a turntable, because the way it is, it's almost impossible. This right here should just stick straight up, but it's Oh, and because it's got to be like that. I think I'm just going to keep it flat on a table and just review it real quick and just get it done and let it just be what it is. So essentially, if you get this set here without a starter course, that's essentially what you have. You could still use this and play it. You know, you won't get any of the effects. But, I mean, you can come and do this. I don't know. You got the code about 3 or 4 different places. But honestly, though, just by looking at this for $65 for an incomplete set, mind you, have to spend $60 to $70, maybe $80 for a starter course. Well, I'm just going to be bluntly honest. This is not worth it. I feel like I got ripped off. You know, even though if this was given to me for a review, I got ripped off in time. You know, I could have been doing something more exciting than this. This wasn't like a friend set or a city set, stuff that I want to build. I wish this was more minifigure friendly. I mean, of course, you could, like I said, you could just take Jay the Surfer, or even take your own stick fig and just play it. But without the actual Mario starter course, this is pretty much useless. It's just an overpriced building set that you can't really play with. You could just play with some of the features. So let's do a quick rundown here. I'm just going to do it here before I do the formal review. Build experience. What was the build like for me? It started off okay, and it got repetitious and boring real quick. So I'm going to flat out say it there. It just wasn't... I think it might be the color palette. It's more on the cold side, so it's just not really appealing. Build quality. As you saw, we were trying to set things up, like these trees easily come off. Some of these things you barely hit, like this just comes flying out. This thing will come out if you're not really careful. There's a lot of loose pieces in here, so unless you're very careful with this, things are going to fly off. And you can't really pick this up. You're going to have to break this down into pieces. You can't just pick this whole thing up. You can see how I'm trying to pick it up right here and it's starting to bend and twist. Not good. Not good at all. So I'd say the build quality is just horrific. In addition, the manual it's online. I'm getting used to it, but to me it's still slow. The build experience is still slow, just regardless. So playability, yeah, you could possibly play with it if you know, like I said, you could use this. You could use a minifigure and just boing 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 ding 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 and just pretend. Nothing wrong with that, but since it's missing the main character, you got to have Super Mario, you got to have Luigi, you got to have the princess. You don't have any of those. This set is incomplete, so I'm going to give it a grade of 0, an F for play value. Now, could this be dropped in a city? No, this is not really city ready. You could maybe borrow the trees and maybe some of the rocks and stuff out of here, but it's really not city ready. Could you make a mock out of it? I'm sure you can add on to this. Or, excuse me, rip this behemoth down and make your own creations. You could probably make an ice skating rink just out of these alone or something. Pretty cool. It'd be kind of cool to use these for something fun. But for the final assessment of this set, just like with all the other Mario sets, I'm just not happy. It's just something I just built just to do the review on and just to get it out of here. So imagine if you got this set and you didn't have the starter course and this is what you get, let's say as a Christmas or birthday gift. Essentially, that's what you get for $65. Just an unplayable model. You'll just have to use your imagination to fill in the voids.